This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined again by Peter Sand of Xeneta to discuss this organization's new Carbon Emission Index tool, which was used to assess the best and the worst container carrier performance. Peter, to start, what exactly is the Xeneta Carbon Emission Index?
First of all, thanks for highlighting this, Greg, because this carbon emission index of ours is quite unique. In all fairness, it's the first of its kind that basically shows the global shippers how carriers compare in terms of carbon intensity. That's the number of tons of CO2 emitted for every 1 ton of cargo on the route. So it's based on vessel information, actual sailings, detailed factors like speed, the cargo load, time steaming, and time spent at anchorage, i.e. congestion, right? So that's what it's all about, and it's easy to then reward your cargo allotments to the most, say, environmentally friendly carrier around on right now 13 main trades, but soon we will have 30, and soon we will have even more trades for everyone to take advantage of.
So, we reported when it came out that Xeneta's CEI was used to assess the performance of carriers on the main Far East South American East Coast container corridor. Like I said, we already reported on it, but why don't you recap what you found?
I think the first one of our heroes and villains series, as we labeled it, and I think that raised a few eyebrows also in the industry, and thank God, because I think we need to discuss this. We need to raise the awareness of this, and the first one we did was on Far East to South America East Coast, and on the podium in first place we had Hamburg Süd. They have deployed the right size of ships. They sail at the right speed, and they also fill up their ships to the right extent in order to limit the carbon footprint on a trade like that. So they were top of class on that trade. If you go into Xeneta.com/blog, you will probably see the entirety of it, or of course Maritime Reporter TV, or one of your other websites, Greg, because I know you cover a lot of ground in that. But you can see the final details, and you can also see that Evergreen was the villain of the first one for the fourth quarter of 2022. But you can also see that they have not been the villain throughout. But during that quarter, there was something special to take away from their operational performance, and to us at Xeneta, it really gives our customers and everyone that use it actionable insights going forward, because this is not just a matter of doing your, say, emission statements from a historical perspective. Okay, I transported this much cargo on this route, and my carrier told me that it emitted this amount of CO2. No, this is totally neutral and independent, and you can, make use of it. If you want to do good on the environment, we can help you.
We talk often about the decarbonization trend in maritime, but how do you see the carbon emission performance impacting the business of container carriers in the future?
I think carriers who are not really developing a plan or an offer to offer a solution to deal with this decarbonizing will definitely face a massive discussion with the majority of global shippers around, because this is a main maritime trend. It is a main trend for humanity, literally decarbonizing every part of our lives. And the maritime supply chain is, of course, also one that will adjust in the end. So it's obvious that when you can arm yourself for negotiations with your carriers, with not only insights of where freight rates are right now, insights of your own logistics requirements on where you move essential goods on which trade lanes, if you also have that insight on, okay, this carrier is actually performing pretty well on that specific trade on a carbon emission footprint perspective, I would like also to add value to that. I would like to reward the carrier for doing good on that. And literally, you can do so without, say, paying the surcharge for sustainable fuel that may or may not be around, or may not hit the tank of the ships, depending on who you do business with. But in this case, I mean, you reward those that have proven that they can do it. And hopefully, I think what this tool can also do is to add pressure to carriers to do even better going forward.
I know from a 30+ year career in publishing that anytime you make a list and name names, you tend to get a lot of calls after the fact. So can you generalize the response the release of this information has generated for Xeneta?
Yeah, I must say that that people that I have talked to following the release said that, boy, you are brave. But they also applauded the initiative because they think this is definitely a solid course and one that we have now depicted for the industry. So without doubt, there will be carriers that will feel the heat out there, that will not like the fact that that the heroes and villains series will actually well show them that the emperor is wearing nothing underneath those clothes, as Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, I guess, was all about. So we do not invent this. This is carrier performance that we have standardized and that we share. So it's literally for all carriers and everyone looking at this to stay tuned, because as I said, this is a series. So in the coming 12 months or so, on a weekly basis, we will reveal more of what the carbon emission index can do for you.